This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 5 in high definition.
Preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
President Donald Trump takes the oath of office as the 45th President of the United States. Hundreds of thousands of supporters descended on Washington, D.C. to witness history, while thousands of others clashed with police in protest. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning us in. I'm Ken Malloy.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. We have full coverage of Inauguration Day in America. But first, we're following breaking news out of Southeast Fresno. 4 people have been shot. A 12-year-old boy is left fighting for his life. It all happened around 1:30 at a home near Kings Canyon and Chestnut. CBS 47's Patrick Nelson is live at the scene right now with an update. Patrick, what can you tell us?
Lindsay, crime scene investigators just left the scene here behind me. You can see detectives and a few officers continue to talk with some of the witnesses here in this area of Montecito and Recreation. What we can tell you is that a shooting happened in the street here in front of one of the homes here. Investigators say the gunman fired multiple shots at the home here on the corner of Montecito and Recreation, hitting multiple people. Police do not know a motive for the shooting at this time and say they aren't sure if this is gang related yet. Take a listen as lead investigators describe what they believe happened.
We believe that 3 of the victims were shot in the side yard of the residence, and at least 1 victim was struck inside the house as a few of the rounds traveled through the windows.
Now, a boy age 16 and men ages 28 and 48 were shot in this case. They are described as having non-life-threatening injuries. Now, unfortunately, there was a 12-year-old boy also shot in this case. He is in surgery right now at CRMC and remains in critical condition. And back here live again, you're looking at this area blocked off at Montecito and Recreation. That's a neighborhood near Chestnut and Kings Canyon. As investigators continue to work here at the scene, the gunman still loose tonight. The gunman described as a light-skinned white man with many visible tattoos. He also was said to have left the scene in a blue sedan vehicle, something similar to a Chrysler Sebring. So if you have any information about this case, you can always remain anonymous and could actually be eligible for a cash reward by calling Crime Stoppers at 498-STOP. Reporting live in Fresno, Patrick Nelson, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Patrick, thank you for that. Donald Trump, now the 45th President of the United States. Today, he set out his vision, saying he wants to put the people first. Craig Boswell reports from Washington, D.C.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
At the stroke of noon, surrounded by his family, Donald Trump put his hand on Abraham Lincoln's Bible and took the presidential oath of office, administered by Chief Justice John Roberts.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Looking on were former Presidents George Bush and Jimmy Carter, as well as Bill and Hillary Clinton.
I, Michael Richard Pence.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas administered the oath of office for Vice President Mike Pence. After a 21-gun salute, the new president delivered his inaugural address.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
Along with the Washington elite, hundreds of thousands of people braved drizzly weather to watch the making of history.
We wanted to get a feel for the entire process, good, bad, both sides, everything.
I am very proud that we've got our country back again.
Supporters cheered for the newly minted president as he walked up Pennsylvania Avenue, but there were also peaceful protesters along the route. The Trumps then made their way to a viewing stand to watch the inaugural parade. Earlier, President Trump said goodbye to the Obamas, ending their 8 years in the White House with a final wave. The former president and first lady departed cloudy Washington, headed to sunnier days on vacation in Palm Springs. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
And as Craig Boswell just alluded to, just hours after he left Washington, D.C., Barack Obama flew out here to California. He and his family are now in Palm Springs on vacation. Former White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest said earlier this week Obama had promised his family to take them somewhere warmer than Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, there is rain in the forecast also in Palm Springs.
Chaotic scene just blocks from the president's parade. Police and some protesters faced off. At least 6 officers had minor injuries. CBS News says most of the protests were peaceful, but some were seen breaking windows and even setting a limo on fire.
These groups that are breaking windows and things like that delegitimizes a lot of the reason the rest of us are here.
More than 200 protesters have been arrested so far, and many are still in the streets. And protests broke out in the streets of San Francisco as well. They moved through the city, eventually linking arms in a human chain across the Golden Gate Bridge. Rallies were also held here in the Central Valley.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Corp degree has got to go.
This was at UC Merced. Dozens of students and faculty walked out of class and protested Trump's inauguration on campus. While protests rage today, tomorrow massive women's marches are planned across the country. The biggest of those is scheduled to take place in Washington, D.C. Organizers expect 200,000 people to attend. California Senator Kamala Harris, a Democrat, is expected to speak during that event. Similar marches will take place across California. Right now, 15 different official events are scheduled. They'll be held in cities like Oakland, Sacramento, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and right here in Fresno. Tomorrow, protesters will meet on the southwest corner of Blackstone and Nees at 2 p.m. Around 500 people have signed up to attend on Facebook.
And we do have breaking news. Donald Trump has just become president, and the U.S. Senate has already confirmed one of his cabinet picks. Retired General James Mattis has passed the final hurdle to become the Secretary of Defense as of today. The Senate also voted to approve another former general, John Kelly. He will serve as the President's Secretary of Homeland Security. Kelly was confirmed on a vote of 88 to 11. Our full coverage of today's transfer of power isn't over. Stay with Eyewitness News for more on President Donald Trump coming up later.
Now to a developing story. Another rainstorm hits the valley and it's causing havoc on the roads. A big rig jackknifed on the 180 this morning after hydroplaning. The truck and another vehicle it collided with had minor damage. Meanwhile, around the valley, wind and rain are causing some problems.
That's right. In Fresno, near First and Herndon, a tree fell down, crashing through a fence and landing on a house. Fortunately, no one was injured. And in Merced, M Street was shut down for a while after several trees collapsed on the roadway there. In all, 4 trees fell. They've since been cleared. And in Merced County, State Route 59 west of Riley Road was closed because of flooding. A detour route has been set up. Caltrans says drivers should plan on about a 10-minute delay. Lots of weather-related problems out there. Folks still wondering if more rain is on the way.
Yep, meteorologist Marina Jericho joins us now with a look.
We are looking at a quieter night tonight and tomorrow. We're going to need this time because round 3 of showers and storms are going to be moving in as we head into our Sunday. So remember, it's the last of the 3, but it's also the strongest storm system. And right now, we are tracking some isolated storms, and we have been really for the past 2 hours. And you can see that set of storms just about to push into Selma here in the next few minutes, already bringing some thunderstorms to the Tulare area. We are hearing some thunder there. I've had a few of you tweet that out to me, so thank you. Visalia 5:30, and then Farmersville at about 5:48. Right now, we're seeing hail at about a ½ an inch. Remember, our cooling level is dropping, so that's going to make hail a little bit more probable as we head into this evening. And then we're going to be looking at wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour and 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds in these cells. And you can see that next cell moving into Kismet and Knowles as it heads towards Route 49 and the Shaver Lake area with some heavier rain, and then of course some snowfall for our higher elevations. Higher elevations are going to get no break though. Above 2,000 feet are going to continue to see snow showers off and on through even the next system, and that's why we have the winter storm warning for you folks until 10 a.m. And I am tracking storm number 3 hour by hour so you can make your weekend plans, because you're going to need to make some adjustments if you don't want to get stuck in some bad weather.
All right, good advice. Thanks, Marina. Coming up on Eyewitness News, police say a burglar was caught in the act by the very man he was stealing from.
911, what's your emergency? I have a robbery suspect in my garage at gunpoint right now. Please send an officer right now.
Eyewitness News is the only one with the police tapes recording the standoff as it happened.
Plus, a Fresno County woman is infected with the Zika virus, but she didn't get it from mosquitoes.
And coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, the North Valley was represented at today's inaugural parade. You'll see the Merced County Sheriff's posse in all their finery. That's tonight at 6.